I found out he liked me. Like, boy, I'm not gonna talk to you after you just beat me the fuck up in front of the class. Are you dumb? Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Okay, so I have not recorded a video in mad long. Actually, I haven't posted a video in mad long. I actually recorded a couple videos. So I try to record a what's in my purse video. I was looking for these. Then I try to record get ready with me. Bitch, stay up. What the fuck? Now we doing my first blank video. So let's hop right into this video. Ooh, hold on. I can't be shaking too much because this bun will come down. So the first thing is, when was my first time sneaking out? My first time sneaking out was last summer 2018, and my mom was out of town, but my granddad came from New York to stay down here for whatever reason. So it was like 11 o'clock at night, 11 or 12 o'clock at night. He's in the military, so every little thing he hears, he jumps up and he, like, you know, so he never slept in the room. He always slept in the living room by the door. So this one day, he just happened to fall asleep upstairs. So I'm like, bet, I'm finna leave. So I called my Uber and I set up this whole plan. Before I called my Uber, left, came back next day like at 6 in the morning. First time being in lab. Fuck all that shit. Okay, this person wanted to be petty and said, my first time getting beat up by a boy. So I only got into fights with boys when I was in New York. I never got into a fight with a girl until last summer. So basically, this boy was being mad disrespectful in the classroom, and my teacher was next to me helping me. So she had to stop helping me to go take care of this boy. So he was over here being bad and stuff, and she was like, come sit next to me. Obviously, she was helping me, so he had to come sit by us. So she got up to go help somebody else, because of course I'm not the only kid in the class. She had to go help somebody else. She went to go help, and she left him next to me. When she left him next to me, he kept messing with me. I'm like, boy, whatever. So he was like, I bet you can't fight. And I was like, now you testing my gangster, because I can fight. Simple. And he was like, no, you can't fight. And I'm like, boy, yes, I can. And then he was like, okay, then get up and show me. So when he said that, I'm like, okay, bet. So I got up and we just started fighting, you know, play fighting at first. It all started off playful, you feel me? A little pushing, a little. And then I felt like he was getting a little serious. So then I started getting a little serious. So when I started getting a little serious, like we ended up on the floor and I was on top of him, and you know, I'm hitting him. So eventually, like, I felt like it started getting for real, and the whole class started looking by now. Like, now the whole class is paying attention, and he realized, like, you're a boy, I'm a girl, and you're getting beat up by a girl. Like, you're out bad. So he got up. I don't know how he did it. He ended up on top of me, and he just banged me in the head with something. Like, pulled something out of his pocket and banged it in my head. And I just, after that, I felt like I just went numb. And I just started crying. Like, I put my head down. I was like, because that shit hurt. Okay, that shit hurt. And I had a fat ass knot on my head. Fuck him. And I found out he liked me. Like, boy, I'm not gonna talk to you after you just beat me the fuck up in front of the class. Are you dumb? First time getting in a fight. So the first time I got into a fight was what I just told y'all. But like, my first actual for real fight, like, it didn't start off playful. It was this one boy. I was in New York, of course, and we was in the cafeteria. My birthday had just passed, you know, you feel me? I got my little gifts. I came to school with this jewelry box. It was mad cute. It was like pink, and it had a little leopard print on it, but it was like pink leopard print. Like, I was feeling myself in this jewelry box, and I had mad jewelry in it. Of course, the jewelry was fake, okay? But back then, I don't give a... I'm the shit, okay? I don't care if my jewelry's fake. Don't tell me my jewelry's fake because it's real, okay? So I had it in my stuff. You know, I'm flexing in school like, yes. And all my friends had the same jewelry box because my mom hooked everybody up, okay? So this boy, he came. He was like, your jewelry is mad fake. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, coming at my neck. And I'm like, baby boy, okay? I'm like, my jewelry is not fake. And he's like, yes, it is. And I'm like, but it's not. These is real BBs, okay? Real BBS's, okay? And he was like, no, your shit fake and da-da-da, coming at me. So me and him back and forth, arguing. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck you. So I'm done arguing with you, okay? I know my shit is real. I'm done arguing with you. Leave me alone. So I got up. We had to, like, the way the school was set up, it was a really big school. It was like pre-K or kindergarten all the way to like 6th grade or 8th grade. I'm not sure. One of those grades, like middle school type stuff. And we was walking up the stairs to go into our classroom, and we had to stand next to each other, like going up the stairs. I don't know. My teacher just wanted us to do that. So we're walking upstairs, and he's bumping into me on purpose. Like, he's like, just bumping into me. And I start getting mad. I'm like, I could really beat this nigga ass. But you know what? I was like, yeah, calm down, you know, calm down. He not even worth your time. He not worth it. And you're not even finna get in trouble. The thing is, in New York, in that school, I never got in trouble for everything that I've done in that school. I never got, like, actually suspended or expelled or none of that stuff for. So we go up the stairs, and we lined up in front of our teacher door because she has the keys. So, like, we can't get in her classroom. So I was like closer to the front of the line. He still messed with me, still putting his hands on me, and I'm like getting so upset. As soon as she turned that key in and unlocked the door, we walked in the classroom, right? As soon as we walked in, and he hit me that final last time, like, boom. I was like, and then we just started fighting. And nobody, it's crazy because nobody could get me off of him. I had a good little grip on him, and I'm like, and I start fighting him because I'm like, now you really got me messed up. Like, you really gonna sit here and try to call my jewelry fake, and then after you call my jewelry fake, you know, I give you a little, you know, whatever, you're not worth my time, you're not worth my energy, and then you're still gonna keep messing with me. So at that point, whatever happens to you, happens to you. You guys, first time getting cheated on. So this story is mad messed up. Like, okay, first of all, he's dumb, okay? So this was my first little real boyfriend. I'm feeling myself like, okay, so it was sophomore year of high school. And basically, he was our first little real boyfriend. So basically, no cap, I feel like now that I look back on it, I'm dumb because he used to tell me he was cheating on me. Like, he'll record. I remember I have this one video. I don't have it no more because it's okay, but he used to record me, and he used to be like saying in the mic, like, I'm cheating on her and she don't even know. I'm cheating on her, she don't even know. And like, I never knew what he was saying. Like, I used to be like, shut up, what are you saying? Ah. But he was telling me that he was cheating on me the whole time, and a bitch didn't even know. But whatever. So basically, he got his phone taken away, and he called me from his house phone, and I seen like the name. I was like, okay, I don't know who this is. So I answered. He was like, hey, it's me. Da, da, da. Got my phone taken away. Can you log into my Snapchat and see if my streaks are still there? So me, I'm like, what the fuck is a streak? So he's explaining what a streak is. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I guess, okay, cool. So I logged into his stuff, right? So then he said, is the number still on there? Is the number still on there? And I was like, no. And he said, okay, cool, you can log out now. Log out, baby boy. I'm inside. I'm gonna go through stuff. You feel me? So when he said that, I said, okay. So I'm getting ready to hang up. He was like, did you log out? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I don't even think you logged out, but okay, whatever. So when he said that, I'm like, he's not tripping about it. So I'm like, okay, shit, you're not tripping, so that. So I go through the little messages at first. So I see all these girls. I'm like, excuse me. So I see all this stuff, and I'm downstairs in my in the little dining room area like just sitting on a chair, just looking at everything. I see mad messages. I see pictures that he said me, little selfies he said me, and he sent it to that other girls. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call this nigga and I'm gonna go off on him because now he got me messed all the way up. So while I'm walking up the stairs, a bitch start thinking, and the bitch get a little hurt, and the tears start falling. So when the tears start falling, I'm like, no. Hell no, I know this nigga don't got me crying. You feel me? I'm too G for that. So I went in my mom's bathroom. I don't even think she was here. I went in my mom's bathroom. I called this nigga. I was like, bro, you got me fucked up, man. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up, bro. Who the fuck is who the fuck is this? Like going off and off and off. And there's this one girl, and I always just see her, and it was okay, that was the messages. So I went off on him about the messages and stuff, and then I hung up on him, and he kept trying to call me back. You know, niggas be like, bro, you too good for me, bro, just leave it alone. Shut the fuck up, my nigga. Don't tell me what I'm too good for. I know I'm too good for you. Fuck. But anyway, then I looked through, I'm like, dang, I already started to cheat on me, so let me see what else is going on his phone. So I looked and I went in his videos or whatever on Snapchat, his memories, and then I started seeing mad stuff. And I seen this one video of him touching this girl butt that he had a class with or something. I'm like, so you mad, bro? But anyway, it don't even matter no more. I just look back at that and laugh now because it's like, baby boy, I was mad ugly back then. I'm cute as fuck. The fuck? First time drinking. I think my first time probably having any type of drink was probably like, you know, when your parents give you a little sip of something here and there. But other than that, like drinking, that was probably like the first time my mom giving me a little sip of something that she had. First time eating booty. Don't you ever try me, boy. And you know exactly who you is. Don't ever try me. Because I don't do that. Okay? First time kissing. So my first kiss was like when I was in New York, and it was this boy. I can't remember what grade I was in, but he was like, when you go, you know, meet me up here, this and that. I'm like, okay. So after school, but nobody takes, like in Georgia, people take like buses, like the yellow buses, and like in New York, like you take the metro bus or the train, or you walk. So I used to walk home. So after school, I met him somewhere or whatever. I don't even remember where it was. So back then I was shy, like not talking, none of that. So we found, like, it took us like 10, 15, probably 15 minutes for this to happen. And it was the simplest kiss. It was more like, it was like, that's it, swear to God. So we went in this little hallway thingy, and it just happened. It was like, kiss, whatever. And then a teacher walks out, and she was like, what y'all doing here? And I was like, I'm looking for my sister, because I really had to go pick my sister up so we can go home. And then she asked him, and he was looking all stuck and shit. And she was like, all right, y'all go do whatever y'all was doing. You here, you know. And then that was it. But that was my first time, my first little kiss. I don't even know where that nigga at now. Sneaking, my first time sneaking in somewhere.
20 minutes later. 1 hour later.
I can't remember. First time throwing an unorganized kickback. Okay. Basically, I had like this little game night thing, and it was okay, so I had a game night at my house, right? So it was kind of unorganized. It was unorganized because everybody was there and the stuff wasn't ready. So yeah, and then I had something that was for the game, and I came back and then it was gone and all this stuff. So then the next one was throwing an unorganized kickback again. So basically I had a second game night. I think this is what he's talking about, but I had a second game night. That one was actually really, really fun. The first one was fun too, but this one was actually really, really fun to me. And it was good. It was fun. It just started a little late because I was waiting for my sister and my best friend and all that stuff. So that was it. My first time going to a party. My first party I went to, it was a party. These party promoter people around this area, they're called Fresh Forever, right? So they was throwing their first party, you know, and it was a house party. So I'm like, you know, my friend is like, let's go. My best friend Chase, he was like, let's go. I'm like, all right, bet. So I told my mom, like, can you take us to da-da-da? So my mom was like, all right, bet. So we get there, and now I'm like, I'm outside the house, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go anymore. My mom was like, my mom was like, I drove all the way over here. Y'all ain't never been to no party before. Like, go have fun. Like, y'all just. So me and my best friend was like, all right. So she was like, all right, let me know when y'all ready or whatever. So left, went back in there. I mean, yeah, we went there. Everybody was like, hey, Desi, hey. And I was like, hey, what's up? It's some people I didn't see in mad long. So they were like, Desi. I'm like, it's me. So yeah, and that was really that. First time. Oh, like my first, okay, so this question is like my first summer out of high school, like how it went and stuff. So my first summer out of high school, okay, it wasn't as good as I thought it would have been, because summer 18 was my best summer. It was so fun. But I thought summer 19, you know, I'm out of high school, I'm finna be turned. But it was fun, but it wasn't like what I expected it to be. Like, I had a good time. I turned into a geek monster. Yeah, it was fun, but it wasn't as good as I thought it would. My first time getting bad. Next. Okay, first time cheering. My first time cheering was back in New York. So I've been cheering for a while. I cheered in New York, and it was like a little, it was more like, it wasn't sideline cheer, it was more like competition cheer, and we, you know, did a little routine stuff. The family and friends was there, and it's crazy because everything in New York is free, because the lady, she made sure everybody had everything, so it was free for me. But then when I moved to Georgia, that's when I started getting baby, $800 to cheer, $1,000. I was like, wait. And it's every year too, so I'm like, but yeah, that was my first time cheering. It's in New York. My first time, my freshman year, if I could redo freshman year, I wouldn't, because then I would have to go back to school. But freshman year, I was so shy. I didn't talk to anybody. I kept to myself. If I knew you, I knew you, and I spoke to you. I kind of kept to myself, and I was very shy, so I kind of, you know, kept to myself. But then I think cheerleading really helped me become like more open, because then, you know, I started cheering again, and I felt more confident and more, you know, I can do this, do that, da. But yeah, first time driving. Okay, my first time driving was, I was a junior, so I didn't have no license. My first time driving, I didn't have no license, no permit, no nothing. I just hopped in the car and took off. So basically my mom was out of town, so my brother was like, DeseyAnn, can you move the car back so him and his friends can play basketball? It was 2 cars. So he was like, can you move it back so we can play basketball? I'm like, okay, cool, move the truck back. Then I moved the car back, and I'm like, I sat in the car, I'm like, I can really leave. Like, it's a whole car, mad gas in the car. Like, why am I in the house? And you, like I said, don't have my license, don't have no permit. So while I was driving, I made a turn and I hit a curb. The tire. Okay. And the question you guys the question y'all been waiting for is, when was my first time having sex?
Way too motherfucking wavy. I can't imagine myself being basic. I feel like the man when I'm thumbing through faces. Hide all this pain and this blood.